Hey, family. We are now live. Let me make sure I give some time for people to come into the room. Hold on. Pull up YouTube. Let me tell my sister I'm going live. She's gonna going live now. Hold on. View my channel. It's so funny you guys are watching me do this. All right. I'm gonna send this video to my sister because I want her to watch the pop. Oh, Bridget asked pop culture fuckery. She's like, "What's the topic today? Pop culture fuckery and Dexter spilling the tea on J-Lo." Hey guys, I see you guys are coming in. All right, so now I've told Bridget and my sister what's happening. Somebody said, "Look at me first." Hey, Blue. Hey, Florence. Hi, my love. I feel like I've seen you on supporting me on Florence. Did I meet you in Brooklyn? Florence, I think I met you in Brooklyn. Okay. Pop culture. Okay, that's so funny. All right, I'm gonna stop looking at my text because I have ADHD. If I start looking at my text, it's gonna get too wild. Also, you know what's so funny? When you go live, you're so in the moment, it almost doesn't occur to you that you're on camera. I almost feel like I know what it would be like to be on a reality show. I really do feel like because sometimes when I'm doing live with my friends, I forget we're talking to hundreds, if not thousands of people. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to show a little bit of grace to reality stars because I completely get where they're coming from. Now, for those of you who are just coming in, I'm intentionally stalling to buy you some time. I am Blue Telusma. Welcome to Bluecentric Live. We're going to be doing this weekly. I know a lot of you who've been following me for years are like, Blue, why did it take you so long to go live? And the answer for that is fear. Honestly, because I'm of a certain age, over 30, learning new things can be a little bit intimidating. And so it just live streams, twitching, that all felt like something for like 15-year-olds. And so once you're over 30, you're like, I ain't got no business being a part of that. And I have just been told by many people who love me and care about me that that's not true. So I'm going live more often. I'm promising that I'm going to go live every single week from now until at least November. Hold me to it every single week from now to November. Hold on, let me go into the StreamYard and bring Dexter up. You guys, I know you've watched the show. Hopefully you've watched the show. If you haven't, on this same page, on the Bluecentric page, episode 92 of the Humanized with Blue Telusma podcast is my beautiful friend, Dexter Mayfield. And Dexter is such a beautiful soul. He was trying to keep it cute, and he did. He was trying to keep it respectful. But Dexter is a dancer who's worked with J-Lo, Lizzo, Taylor Swift. And he was so brave in sharing so many stories with us about what it's really like working with them. I will say this before we bring Dexter on. I was a huge J-Lo fan in the 90s and 2000s because I was the exact demographic of young girls that she was marketing to. I was a big fan of Lizzo in 2018, 2017, when Yara Shahidi's mother, Chocolate Mommy on Instagram, posted a video singing Truth Hurts with Yara Shahidi. And that's how I found out about Lizzo about a year before she actually went big. And so I'm a huge fan of them. They've both disappointed me. Conversely speaking, I have never been a Taylor Swift fan. And yet when I spoke to Dexter, the only person who didn't make us have to tell the truth and shame the devil was Taylor Swift. So I can concede that even though I still don't get the music, she has a couple of songs that are amazing, but some of them I'm like, what are you, 12? Even though I'm not the hugest Taylor Swift fan, talking to Dexter and other people who have worked with her, been around her, has really softened my heart to Taylor Swift, even though I'm not her demographic. And so I kind of want to thank Dexter for being like the final nail for me, like, damn, Taylor Swift might actually be a decent human being. Because the girls I was rooting for, not so much. All right, guys, we're going to bring him to the stage. Everybody, please give a warm welcome to my friend, Dexter Mayfield. Yay! Hey, Dex.
Hi. I love everybody. I still love everyone.
What, really, Dexter? No. Don't do that. You were being so democratic.
I can love them along the way.
You can love them from a distance as well. Now, Dexter, about 90 minutes ago, I dropped the clip. The clip where
And my heart dropped a bit. Yes.
where you admit that J-Lo was amazing to you and maybe not so much to other people that you were in community with. How did you feel watching that clip? Because we were fair. We were very fair.
Yeah. Nerve-wracked a little bit. I was like, girl, what did you do? But at the end of the day, it's still truth. And it's still my lived experience. And I'm still, again, going off of my lived experience, but not ignoring the reality of others. That's it.
Yeah, because there was a thing on Threads where somebody said, be wary of women who are like, well, he was good to me, whenever they find out that a man is abusive. And so you have to be cognizant of, just because someone's good
exactly 100%. You can't, everybody has different experiences, different interactions with different human beings, no matter the scale or notoriety or infamy or just public awareness of a person. And that can extend in so many ways.
Do you see what they just said? Dexter really tried to be demure, but silence and pauses speak volumes.
I'm just speaking my truth and my
Somebody
experience.
was like, she just said, it's an audio broadcast, Dexter, because you were like buffering. You were like,
listen, I reacted how I react.
Now, I will say this, and I'm actually happy that you were brave enough to put it on your page as a collaborator, because here's the thing that's so beautiful about that clip. You can tell that it was good cop, bad cop, and you were good cop, but none of the cops were messy.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't trying to like be messy. I wasn't trying to do something untoward. I was just like, can we just tell the truth, right?
It's a transparent conversation.
It can be a little bit tricky.
That's it. That's it.
By the way, everybody's talking about how adorable you are. Dexter, how do you feel when people constantly talk about how adorable you are? What are you, a Sagittarius?
You can visibly see my cheeks turning red, so that's how I do.
You know you like it, though.
It's affirming and it's nice, especially when you can get voices that don't share that perspective.
Oh, that's real.
So, it's really, like I said, the love and the support always outweigh the negativity and the assumed perception of other people.
Now, friend, we have to get into it because you and I are both fans of Love Island.
Baby,
in general.
Baby, it's listen, now we got things with season 6 and season 7, and I don't our entire multiverse is at risk somehow. I don't know.
They're cross-pollinating the fuckery. There's some, I don't know what's in the air. Actually, I do know what's in the air. I will say this, and for guys who don't watch Love Island, so many of you have said that even though you don't watch Love Island, you enjoy the live streams, and that's because we intentionally try to talk about the greater themes of human nature through the lens of reality TV because it's so exaggerated and fun. I will say this. I only watched about 5 minutes of Love Beyond the Villa or whatever that new spinoff is for season 6. And I immediately got tired because I was like, Kaylor and Aaron are going to wear me out. And I don't see enough Serena and Cordell. I'm not sure I can stomach this. I have been told by Jessie Wu, my friend Monique, who does lives with me, that push through and keep watching because it's an
you have to. You absolutely have to.
It's an interesting study on like what happens when fame whoops you in your ass.
It truly is. And it's also one thing I love about Beyond the Villa is they're still their transparent selves, or as authentic and grounded as you can be on camera with,
or they even know to be, because some of them were not everybody's authentic to begin with, to be honest.
But who they were in the villa is who they are now, and you see that continuity, and it's just, I don't know. It's just like, I'm so connected to this guy specifically, PPG and everything else.
Season 6 has our hearts.
Like in a chokehold, and which makes what's happening in real time even more heartbreaking and disappointing if certain things are led and said to be true. Hold up. Where did Blue go? Where did Blue go? But I'm still here. Hello. Hi, everyone.
That's so weird. Okay, Mercury micro braids.
Mercury micro braids.
How did I just... Okay, Pause for a second. Can we all just talk about how this Mercury retrograde has been something else?
Listen,
No, this Mercury
there are
retrograde has
multiple opinions
been.
about this right now.
How the hell did I just get kicked off of my own live?
And I was just here. I was like, wait, what had happened?
Okay, I did. Somebody said Mercury retrograde. My friends, I have a lot of friends who are psychics, and we've all called each other and been like, "This Mercury in retrograde has hands and feet."
It's on track for 2025. Everything's out of pocket, so why wouldn't the retrograde be?
But this is the thing, though. Mercury retrograde is also known for a time for breakups.
Well,
perfect segue. Kenny and Janae have allegedly broken up. For those of you who don't know, season 6 had a couple named Kenny and Janae. I will say this, and this is something I need to warn anybody who's trying to learn about Love Island because you want to be down because you're sick of everybody talking about it. Matthew Cherry, he's a wonderful director and writer. He did Hair Love. He's directed so many episodes of shows that you love. Matthew Cherry was on Threads talking about how he watched season 6 and was bored. And I wrote in his comment section, when you watch the fuckery of season 7, season 6 is not going to hit the same way if you watch it after.
100%. No notes. Agreed. Yeah.
You cannot watch season 7 and then watch season 6. Season 6 is a first date. Season 7 is the morning after a wild orgy.
It's not like, for me, specifically the comparison between the two. What was so refreshing about season 6, and Janae has expressed this in pods that she's been on, and they just weren't dealing with the producer's suggestions. Yeah. And that's something that even the producers had to admit throughout the rest of the season, like, maybe these kids actually know what they're doing and can figure their lives out without us being messy, The
season 6 producers, something must have happened because Leah, who was like the breakout star, she was like the non-toxic Huda. Yeah. She was spicy, she was polarizing, but she wasn't dangerous and harmful the way Huda is. And Leah said that they actually, as a cast, made a demand that none of the producers from season 6 would actually be part of the spinoff show.
Had to be. And it's,
you know how bad it is for the cast to ask for you to get fired?
But that's also like, that goes to show, even in like, if you watch the show in real time, you can see what we as an audience could see what they were trying to do to Leah, and we were not having it. We were like, every decision that this girl is making, or every choice that she's making and the way she's choosing to move, we agree. Yeah. We're like, valid, 100%. And once the people finally spoke up, they were like, I. Well, let's pull back.
Do you think Leah is the reason why Huda felt so emboldened?
Automatic.
Because she saw another Arab woman being very emotional and authentic and thought that maybe the audience would take to it. I don't think she thought that we would be so polarized against her. I think she thought that we were all going to give her the PPG edit with the other 2 Black girls.
Well, I think also, and I think that's the overall mistake with this entire season, just overall. They produced that trying to clone the magic of last season with completely different people and just typecast them. You can't do that. Like, it's not going to have
be contrived about being authentic. Like, kind of.
It's a weird juxtaposition, and it's offered its own, like you said, it's become this entirely different beast, like literally, like just pure chaos and out of pocket things all throughout the season. And as entertaining as that is, I miss the discovery of more grounded individuals like we did last season.
I will say this, Kenny and Janae. I don't know how to say this. I never believed that Kenny liked Janae. And here's the reason why. I never believed Kenny liked Janae for the same reason that I never believed that Brian liked Amaya. My friends have told me, for anybody single watching this is the number one thing that every male who I adore and trust has told me. Every married woman who I trust and adore has told me. My damn therapist has told me this, so everybody agrees. The way that men and women are socialized in this world globally, if a man really wants you, he will come and get you. And then there are men who just are like, well, I guess I'm here because you just happened to me. Kenny and Brian are the latter, where the relationship happened to them. They didn't actively choose it. And I don't ever feel fully safe for women or even queer people when they're in a relationship with a masculine entity that has let the relationship happen to them rather than seek it out. Because when a man comes and gets you, he wants you bad enough to do something about it. When a man lets a relationship happen, he likes you enough to let you happen to him. Those are very different frequencies. And so
very different. Yeah.
I feel like Kenny was a good guy, but he was never burning for Janae. He let her happen to him. What do you think about that?
Especially at the beginning of their journey, I can definitely see that perspective that you're coming from. 100%. I think that he definitely, in my eyes, at least, like you said, even though it happened to him, he kind of realized that this is something that should happen to him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It still doesn't take away from the intention that this wouldn't be who he would normally, like you say, seek after and, search and really push and bring energy towards.
Somebody agrees with you. They said, but Kenny in that recoupling speech. Yes, here's the thing I completely understand what you guys are saying, but even with the recoupling speech, that's what happens when the story is more compelling than the woman. The story of Kenny and Janae was so moving to what people were reacting to. He was like, oh,
even from Janae's perspective.
Yeah, it was the story that was compelling, not the woman.
And she said specifically that, she had tried things out with her first partner. Obviously, second partner with Mr. Connor didn't work out. And then she was like, oh, this is the ideal type of what I wanted for my third situation. So I can see where the story and the narrative is also part of. Has that happened to me?
Can we be honest? Somebody said it's so crazy because on season 6, he was on screen puffy faced and crying and snot dripping down his nose because
that was what I was saying. It was that moment of realization, like, yes.
I have cried and wall slided about a nigga I didn't even really like that much because the story was nice. Can we all just tell the truth? Let me tell y'all something. A lot of times when my clients come to me with a broken heart, they really just have a bruised ego.
Valid. 100%. You
could be outside crying in the rain like a Jodeci video and then get some therapy and be like, oh shit, I didn't really like him like that. I just really liked the story. And I was excited because I was finally going to get a romantic happy ending. And the idea of me finally getting a win romantically, I was like, yes, it's finally my turn. You realize how he's not in that sentence. You being excited that it's finally your turn. You being excited that you have a beautiful love story. You being excited that somebody's obsessed with you and giving you beautiful speeches and the public is clapping for you. Those are all great and affirming, but none of those things are actually about him. They're about the story.
Valid points are being made.
How do you feel, Dexter? Because I feel like I might have accidentally did some friendly fire to both of us.
You did. You 100%. You 100%.
Even the dogs are mad.
Honey, the palms will always.
The dogs are like, fuck that bitch. Who's she talking to?
But no, it's like, I guess for me, because that was personally one of my favorite connections from last season. But it's the realization in real time, like the whole squad, like being like, nah, we can't. We have to separate, and you have to lose access to everyone. Even Ariana Maddox done Unfollowing.
Oh, let's explain for the audience. For those who don't know, breaking news: Kenny allegedly did something so bad. People are assuming cheating, but because people always assume cheating. But Kenny
assumed cheating. There's alleged pregnancy. There's alleged.
People are assuming a lot of things and saying a lot of things what Kenny might have done, but whatever he did was bad enough for the entire cast and the hosts to all unfollow him as of at least 36 hours ago. So
it's very currently still.
They're still unfollowing me as we speak. Can we be honest? And so my thing is, and I have 2 questions. Number 1 is, what would it take for you to unfollow a mutual friend if you're friends with both people in the couple? Like, how bad? What's the line where it's so bad that you have to take sides and say, no, I can't be complicit? And this is a question for the audience as well, because we love to hear audience feedback. When you're dealing with the couple and you love both of them, because I have a lot of friends where I'm friends with the couple. I don't believe I have too many guy friends for me to only be friends with the men. As a woman who understands dynamics, if you are a man, I'm your friend, I want to meet your girl, make her feel safe with me.
Yeah.
I require it. I don't like no funny shit, right?
Yeah.
So I become cool with couples quite a bit. But there is a certain line where I'm going to choose somebody. And it might not be who I came in with.
I think for me, it depends on the friend and their boundaries. Because
No, what's your line? What's the line where you're like, I don't care if you're my friend, I'm picking the other person.
That's what I was saying. It's because I'm all the eternal friend of the couples most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's things that I know about them individually that I know that they wouldn't put up with personally necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
In this specific case, like if you're going to use Janae, she has told 50 million people, this boy 50 million times, do not embarrass me, do not make a fool of me, don't cheat on me. You cheat or lie, I'm done. It's out. It's no, like, that's it. Scorched earth, you're out. And for him to do that, so
Allegedly, friend, yes.
And that'd be the one thing she asked you not to do, Playboy, chop.
But here's the thing, though. Sometimes you have a list of something that you don't want to happen, and that's your line, and then somebody comes up with a whole new ick that you didn't even know existed.
Exactly.
It might be something that she didn't even warn him about.
Yeah.
She might be like, oh, I didn't even know I had to worry about this.
Yeah, 100. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, it's all, again, I'm a man of context. So I have to know the context of each person.
For me, domestic violence, I don't need context. Domestic
violence of any kind, whether it's a reactionary, whether it's a pattern, you put your hands on anybody and you're supposed to be in a relationship with them, that's it. It's not, it's no question.
Hot take, my stance on violence isn't gendered. It's not gendered. So here's the thing.
I'll agree.
As a pansexual woman who's seen queer people commit violence to each other and people not take serious because it's two men beating each other up or two women beating each other up, I actually think that's the LGBTQ community has a wild domestic violence issue because we gender violence so much.
And it's like it's one of those things that you don't talk about either. Like I know so many friends who've after they've
slapped up by their partners,
and it's just like, yo, what is going on?
But they say, but it's two men though, so it's okay. Like I'm not beating on a woman.
Whoever said that's okay is crazy. I've
heard a lot of people say it's okay for two men or two women to beat on each other in a relationship. I'm like, you don't know, that's still domestic violence. Yes, like
violence is violence. Why are you putting your hands in that? Why are you getting violent with someone you're supposed to love? I don't get.
Wait, somebody's alleging that he was a Trumper. Okay, these are allegations, guys. Blue Telusma.
That's what I'm saying. It's so many things so many things coming at this point, and I would not be surprised he's a Trumper. Not at all.
He's very conservative and Latin. And you know how I feel about my people. Latinos are the most conservative motherfuckers on the planet.
And not to mention that him and his connection to Dallas, and I could
Texas Latino yells Trumper
in his environment of what was he in medical sales?
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
Now, hold on. Question. Because you know the way my autistic brain works is I'm always picking up patterns.
Yeah.
If we are Team Janae because the cast is Team Janae, and we realize that it's probably him that did something because she'd rather eat doo-doo than dump this man. Like she's obsessed with this man.
Yeah.
If it does come out that he is a Trumper, though, would she not be eligible for the same treatment that we are currently giving Laverne Cox? If she was willingly dating a conservative Trump supporter in this social climate, would she not be deserving of the same backlash, side-eye, and ire that Laverne Cox is currently getting for confessing? For those who missed it, Laverne Cox has recently confessed that she fell in love with and for a very long time dated a Trump-supporting cop in New York City who was incredibly conservative and basically didn't believe in her right to exist. And people have been dragging Laverne Cox for dating a conservative police officer Trump supporter. So if we do find out that he was a conservative, whether that's why they broke up or not, does that not mean that she's just as complicit? To be fair.
It depends on her knowledge of it. It depends on
if she knew, though, because Laverne knew.
If she knew. Here's the thing. These are two contexts, again, for me. Laverne, it wasn't so much the fact that she dated him at all.
And for me, especially
timeline. It wasn't that. It was the hindsight of not learning from what's happening in real time right now to understand that you should not double down on dating said man. You can make the mistake and learn from it, but don't like continue to live in that ignorant path because it justifies your relationship that you had with them. With
I
this,
I feel like
feel
past 2016, I can't, you're giving a lot of grace that I think is fair, but I can't give it because
I'm giving the grace because during that time I didn't know that I had a friend who was a trumpet, or
but as soon as you found out though.
Yes, but this was years later, not like while we were.
Yeah, that to me that's different. Laverne knew the entire time. My thing is she knew and kept dating him, and my thing is after 2016,
she knew and kept dating him, and especially navigating it in the space of where she was coming up, with Orange Is the New Black. Like I'm going to allow grace because if I take it back to that time in 2020, I had to clock so many of my white gay Brett friends on so much shit that it's like, hey, sorry, YouTube Live, whoopsie. Hey, like we need to nip this in the bud now.
But did you hear what you just said though? The minute you clocked it, the clock starts.
Yes. Okay.
I'm never going to blame somebody for ignorance or what they didn't know. But the minute you know somebody is standing with the devil and you just keep engaging because it works for you and fucks being civically engaged and caring about your community, even
that's
though
a different story.
That's the very thing that they don't believe has the right to exist.
Yes.
I have no grace for that because here's the thing: you're complicit now, and I know what words mean.
Yeah, it's an ick. It's a.
Can we have an uncomfortable conversation about the queer community right now that I want to have, because I feel like as two people on the stage who can have this conversation, there's a thing that happens, and I lived in DC for 12 years working in the news during the Obama administration. So working in politics in DC during the Obama administration, which was supposed to be like a pro-Black Camelot, but being deeply entrenched in the LGBTQ community. They called me a socialite. I don't like that term. I was just very popular with the gays, okay? So those three worlds converging meant that I got to see up close a lot of gay people, men and women, will be activists, but secretly covet white approval and white partnership. And there is can we be honest, a lack of gay Black people who are excited about dating other gay Black people. Can we be honest about that?
We can be very honest about that. And the thing that, because I don't necessarily lie in the middle because, again, I haven't had a partner. So I can't speak to.
But you run towards love, not away from your community.
Exactly. For me, I can't do that. Like, I absolutely cannot. And it's one of those things to where I know many friends who have partnerships with someone who is white or white presenting, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. And I've seen the journey of their relationship. So it's not one of those things where it's like, oh my God, I've succeeded. Now I need to find my white man. It's never, it's like the
it's
one
not consciously that. It's not
consciously that. It's not one of those things. I think for some people, and it specifically goes to their coming out journey, where if the community that they are a part of, or the Black community that they are a part of, does not accept them, it's the ostracizing begins, then that's kind of a, like you said, unconscious side effect of it.
But there's a deep irony that you're yelling Latin pride, Black pride, Asian pride, but you only date men who are white presenting. And even if you date somebody within your race, you try to be clever and find the whitest presenting person within that culture. Somebody wrote, I think part of why some people are attracted to conservative men is because it makes them feel special to be picked and one of the good ones. I actually 100% agree. It's the Django effect.
It's 100% agreeing with that. It's the same reason that if anyone attains a partner who is the Eurocentric standard of beauty, then it's like, oh wow, I've gotten someone
that's special,
but it doesn't invalidate that connection. It
doesn't invalidate the connection, but it deeply informs it, and it informs it even more if you're lying to me about it. Here's the thing: if you do something like that, I give you more kudos for admitting it than continually lying to my face.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, for example, Kodak Black has said repeatedly that he dates light-skinned girls because he's trying to whitewash his blackness. I think that's sad, but I give him credit for at least saying it.
Honey, they even dealing with it on the Gilded Age right now.
Don't tell me, no spoilers, because I actually want to binge it all at once. So many of you are trying to dilute your gayness by finding the most masculine presenting person in the world, and there's nobody globally who's more masculine presenting than a white man. Some of you want to dilute your blackness, so you find the most mixed or racially ambiguous person possible so that you could get street cred while still feeling like you're dating a white person. Like, we have to be honest about when you're in a marginalized group where you are othered, a lot of us think that we can make up for our othering by getting desire from someone who's part of the mainstream acceptance cycle.
Yeah.
If my partner is someone that the mainstream loves and they love me, it's almost like vicariously through them, I've been accepted as well.
Valid points are continuing to be made. Like,
bitch, do we have to fight? I have to look at your face. Did I tell you I was gonna come? Okay, let's pivot real quick. Do you have anything you want to say to the gay community about how they fetishize white people, and also how they fetishize plus size people? Because you said something really important during the podcast. For those who haven't watched the podcast, Dexter and I did a podcast, episode 92 of the Humanized with Blue Telusma podcast. It's on this page. And you mentioned that some men actually fetishize you for your body, but don't see you as a person. Can you speak to that a little bit more?
We need to start humanizing each other and our partners. Just plain and simple. Like, get down to the individual connection that you have. And it's like, if you have a bigger body, like you said, body neutral. If you have a fit body, great. If you have mid-size, whatever qualification or quantification, we just need to get back to connecting as human beings and finding that intimate connection, and like just get back into being into individuals as opposed to it always being about the body. We can,
but also your preference is political, guys, and I want everybody to know this. There's no such thing as just a preference. Your preference is political. It's not.
It's always, and it's informed of the environment we grow up in. It's informed with the environment you choose to thrive in. It's informed by so many different things, and we just have to acknowledge that fact in order to be aware of it in the context of finding someone we want to get to know better.
Let's see this next comment from Justine Peter. Shout out to Justine. She said, reminds me of my ex dark-skinned Black friend who used to only date white women, white passing women. And when I asked him about it, he said white women are able to give him light babies. Like, what the fuck? I will tell you, it took me years. It took me years to attract a dark-skinned man, because a lot of dark-skinned men only wanted to date incredibly fair women, because it was almost like, and growing up, I didn't know it was colorism. I thought, oh, opposites attract, because only light-skinned guys were trying to talk to me, and all the dark-skinned guys were trying to talk to light-skinned girls. I thought, oh, maybe it's just
that like meeting in the middle. Yeah.
I was a child. It took me years and college to realize, oh no, baby, this is colorism. This is not opposites attract. This is people trying to dilute their blackness or reinforce their blackness, right? Because if a Drake-looking motherfucker, if somebody looked like part of the DeBarge family, within a 5-mile radius of me, they were gonna try to get my number. And it took me years to realize, Blue, you're so pro-Black and you're a chocolate girl. You're validating their blackness as a light-skinned man. Meanwhile, if I saw somebody who looked like Morris Chestnut, I had no chance in hell back in the day. I recently, I think probably like around 33, started dating dark-skinned men. Like, I was like, oh, y'all finally giving me the time of day? Okay. But my new problem was this. I've dated so many men who have, when I started to lose a little bit of weight, were like, not too much.
Even when I not lose that ass, that's that thing.
But even when I said I was losing it for health, and I was just like, so wait a minute, if I decide to get healthy and you care about me, we got a problem?
Again, like you said, preferences are political. Like it's also connected to our indoctrinated biases. It's so
Wait, somebody said it was a good Blue. That podcast, and Dexter is a great dancer. I'm glad TS gave him his flowers. TS Madison gave you flowers?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor Swift. I'm so in the gay bag right now. I'm so in my homosexuality bag. I saw TS and thought Madison, not Taylor Swift.
Listen, I would receive from both. Thank you, please, and thank you so much. Absolutely.
I'm so sorry. Yes, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift gave Dexter his flowers. That might be the first time in history that somebody has mistaken Taylor Swift for T.S. Madison.
100%. I think that is
only on Bluecentric Live do you get this kind of riveting. All right, I want to pivot real quick to because Kenny and Janae, our last words are we wish them the best, allegedly.
Please, please.
So let's talk about how Cierra has responded to Nicolandria.
Just yapping.
All right. Dexter and I tried to watch the video. Cierra talks a lot. I mean, we talk a lot, but Cierra, like, the word soup with her is piping hot at all times.
And it's, I mean, yes, media trained, beautiful. We know how to communicate working through the industry, but girl, come on. Like, this
is a comment on Threads that I took offense to and have been arguing back and forth with the person who wrote it. I need to but I want to read it. Like, nah, bitch, try again.
I'm about to when I go look at that. I cannot wait to see that conversation.
No, I need to start deleting comments. I've been too accessible to y'all because it's getting me in trouble. But this girl, what did she write? Here's what she wrote. And shout out to her name is Jasmine. She said, Cierra's answer to everyone saying she sounds PR were my exact thoughts. Like, no, she sounds like a woman who reads, engages in intellectual discourse, and genuinely pays attention to her words because words mean things. It's actually why I liked her at the beginning because it felt good to see a 25-year-old be so mature. Me, as somebody who's made several videos about why Cierra's full of shit, was like, excuse me, bitch, have you heard me speak? So then I wrote, meh. I am and know tons of well-spoken people who engage in rigorous discourse for a living, and some of us still think that her delivery comes off reeking of inauthenticity. And who better to call it out than us, to be honest? We need to be cautious of not always assuming ignorance is at the root of critique every time an intelligent woman is being called to task, because Amanda Seales is a perfect example of the type of foolishness that gets absolved when y'all do this. Every time a smart woman might have gotten it wrong, there's almost this thing of you just hate her because she's smart, even when there's a valid point that other smart women are taking contention with.
Yeah.
And while I appreciate you guys covering them, which means you will want to cover me too. Hey, what's up? We also have to have nuance that we can't keep letting people be assholes just because they sound nice. Amanda Seales has caused harm to so many people I know and love personally, right? I also know a lot of her friends who love her personally. It's not lost on me. All her friends are men. Remember when I said in the J-Lo clip that I'm not going to clap for J-Lo for being nice to someone who doesn't encroach or have to compete with her, because of course that's who she's going to be nice to. The fact that Amanda Seales has so many gay and straight male friends who cape for her and call her their sister, but it's women who are being invited to places that she's not being invited to, who she suddenly has smoke for, or men who actually are not glamored by her. Mean girls love to pick favorite tokens, guys. Can we all be honest that for every mean girl allegedly in the world who might actually be a mean girl, there's going to be someone, probably someone who looks nothing like them, who they're lovely to. And that's not a coincidence. If Dexter was, a blonde woman who could speak in a Puerto Rican accent and sound like Puerto Rican with a bust down his back, I'm not sure J-Lo would have been so nice to you, friend. I'm not sure, right? If you were Rapunzel Mayfield, I'm not sure.
Not Rapunzel.
What do you think about this person saying that we're just hating on Cierra because she talked pretty?
And I've tried to listen to every word that, she actually is saying. And for me, it's all so reactionary.
Yeah.
When week by week, the 15 minutes is getting up.
And she keeps trying new things to get our attention.
And it's like, okay, you did your little video in Mykonos. Great. Live your life. Go ahead. Have fun. Life after the villa. And then you come on, you do this entire statement about Nicolandria, all to basically say, no, I will not be at the reunion. This is my opportunity to share my perspective, which you're 100% entitled to.
You weren't invited, babe. You don't have to RSVP to something you weren't invited to. Is that
you left the villa because you broke an aspect of your contract, essentially?
You and Julissa were kicked out for the same reason. Neither of you is invited. Why are you telling us you're not coming? We know because you're not invited.
But also, it's one of those things to where if you can deal with the consequences of being kicked out of the villa, you need to deal with the consequences of what happens on the show once you're not on it.
Did you hear the tea about how when they kicked her off, she was kicking and screaming, and you could hear it in the background of one of Alandria's confessionals? I heard it. There's a video of a confessional.
I saw that. I didn't look too much into it because I was like, I get real iffy with people trying to analyze media from an expert standpoint when it's like,
wait, she follows the N-word girl. She follows Julissa, but not.
Again. Action speaks, like you say, actions speak louder than words. And the actions I've seen all I need to see. I've heard all I need to heard. Cierra, bless your heart and have a blessed life.
Have a blessed day. I can pull up the video of her talking about the heart rate challenge. Let me make sure if I can get the volume up. Should I do it on my speaker? Should I do it on my phone?
We don't need to see her. That's fine.
No, but okay. So just do it on the speaker. Okay.
Yeah.
He said we don't need to see her. Damn. I know what side you're on. All right.
Did Huda do too much? Why were you such a mean girl? What did we not see? Huda has amazing moves, okay? And one of her signature moves is like licking the genitals, okay, of the man. She did it to Jeremiah during the Dominatrix challenge when she was coupled up with him. But in the heart rate challenge, she did it to Ace. And Chris had made it like halfway around the circle. He was already halfway through the girls while Huda was still focused on Ace. And the guys honestly clocked it before the girls did. Like, I'm looking around and the guys are looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on? I think, even Huda has come out and said that she's taken accountability and she would have moved differently had she known that it would have had the effect that it did. Shelly is my girl. I've never seen her be uncomfortable or lose her composure once. And I could feel her energy that this really upset her. In that time, I was not going to disinvalidate her, especially when everyone was looking around like, okay, that was a bit too much. Even the guys were admitting okay, that was a bit too much. Huda herself was admitting that was too much. There's a to the heart.
So my question is, one good thing about Cierra being a cloud chaser is she's singing like a canary. Huda showed up on the Alandria podcast and lied and said, I never sat on him. My vagina lips never hit Ace's face. Everybody else is saying the opposite, including Chris. Everybody is saying she sat on Ace's face except for Huda. Who do we believe? Huda or the entire universe?
I tapped out of this whole heart rate challenge in real time because Hood is a midnight ballerina, as they want.
We don't judge sex workers here. We just, but even sex workers can have integrity. I know
can have integrity, and it's also one of those things where it's like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all, and it goes to show that if you're gonna stand on business, stand on business. Stand on licking that man's genitals. Stand on sitting on his face and understanding you crossed the line.
This is backwards where I would never do that. If I had done that, then I would understand why people were mad. Baby, you did it.
It's already done. It's on camera, but they can't show it on camera because it's too much for camera.
Well, somebody just brought, let's clear this up. Sierra's bestie, who ran her socials, is the girl that said, no, guys, this is actually not true. Sierra's bestie, one of her besties, did, and I actually did a whole video about this, watch it on the page. She's the best friend who said that Trayvon Martin deserved to be murdered, unalived. She has a bestie who does that. She's another friend who ran her socials. Those are two different white girls.
Two separate people, yeah. I know that situation I'm aware of, yeah.
Those are two separate white girls. I just wanted to clear that up. Sierra's problematic, but we don't want to lie on her. You know what I mean? Her real tea's enough. We don't have to make shit up. I do think that Cierra, here's the thing about Cierra. Cierra admits in the video that she just put out recently that she was told by both Nick and Alandria what happened, and that she had cognitive dissonance about what that meant. I maintain that had it been Amaya or Huda, she would have taken it more seriously.
100%.
That she didn't think Alandria was non-black enough to steal her man.
Valid points.
Everybody told her what happened in the villa, and she was like, "Oh, it's okay, it's Alandria." What that mean?
Honey, Iris was the first one to be like, "Hold up, what do you mean? What?"
Even Iris was like, "Did you not realize that Olanda's a bad bitch? Like, you might not think she fly, but these like everybody tongue kissed her on every challenge. Like, all of our men like her mouth. Like, what are you missing?" She was like, "Oh shit, the darkie might actually be competition." I'm very clear as a Latin woman when my people are pulling some jigaboo shit. Okay, people like Asa. Okay, like, wait. And people took offense to me saying that the media acts like they're shocked that Nick likes a jigaboo. I do not think Olandra's a jigaboo. They do.
They do. And they are the only ones that do. Because that woman is beyond.
She's gorgeous.
Like,
but there's currently a young girl.
You can't. Body, T, always, face, T. I don't care. No one can go against that one. Like,
well, one person did. Somebody has for 14 hours been on Twitter Live talking about how ugly Alandria is.
Oh my God! I
don't want to shame nobody. I'm gonna just say this. Dexter, give me an opportunity and tell me if I'm doing this wrong. The young lady who spent 14 hours on Twitter calling Alandria ugly looks as if she might be chromosomally disadvantaged. She might be missing a chromosome somewhere. Like, she looks as if
we're not getting caught out here is what we're not going to do.
She looks as if she might be differently wired or abled. And so the gag of someone who probably relies on a lot of grace, spending 14 hours dragging this beautiful specimen, by the time they said, "Bitch, you know you ugly," I actually usually don't like that kind of speech, but I was like, girl, you kind of...
The intentions of the spiritual intentions behind that are very ugly. And especially like when you, first of all, 14 hours, 14 hours, like you no longer have,
I'm looking it up,
the valid perspective of
the heart rate.
No, you're unwell.
I just got caught up. You can't say that. You intentionally spend over half a day like coming for how Alandria looks. Like, you can't do that and not expect some smoke when we are all flawed as human beings.
Should I play the video or not? You're gonna be my morality police because I'm chilling. On Mondays I choose violence, so you're gonna have to tell me, should I play the video or not of what she looks like?
Of what?
Of let's just do it. You guys, this is now called Bluecentric Live Uncut with Dexter Mayfield.
What is happening? I'm playing
the video. Okay, hold on. And by the way, shout out to all the creators who are doing the Lord's work by looking up all this stuff for us.
It's pretty. What's not pretty is having your mugshot plastered all over social media.
This is
not a good look, Bookie. Not a good look. Now, the reason why Sweet and Diddy's mugshot is plastered all over social media is because about a day ago, she had posted this. She had said over on X, Alandria from Love Island really is ugly as hell, and MFers only gas her up because she has a darker complexion. Wrong again, Bookie. And ever since she made that post, apparently she has been on Twitter Spaces for roughly about 14 hours straight. Damn near. Now, I was able to catch some of her Twitter Spaces, and here's what she had to say.
I just don't understand why people be gassing her. She's ugly as fuck. That's what I be saying. Like, I just don't. That's what it came from. I'm just like, why do people be gassing her the fuck up? Like, the fuck? That bitch is ugly as fuck.
And it really didn't matter what she was saying because y'all don't play about Alandria.
Yeah, I just wanted to come say, like, yeah, this was wrong with Twitter for real, with social media and shit. Because, like, motherfuckers really sit up here and let your fat ass get famous off this dumb ass shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with niggas? You sitting up here doing all
you
this
shut your fat jaw ass up.
Hey, shut your ass up.
Now went in there.
So it went left.
And then why you gotta bring her fat into it? Why?
As a fat girl, I had to let it slide. I'm not gonna hold you. Normally, I'd be like, I'm like, no, I mean, sis, you.
Oh, why would she do that to herself?
She's like one of them girls who applied for baddies and didn't make it, and so for her to
down, while submitting the mugshot as the headshot. Can
we be honest? I've mentioned this when I was with Jesse. Shout out to Jesse Wu. I'm so happy that justice is being finally sought. Shout out to Jesse Wu because it really broke my heart how that white lady lied on her. And I love that we did a live and we debunked it. We explained it. Jesse went and posted videos and the audience finally sees how hateful that white lady was lying on her about what she allegedly said about Huda that never happened. But one of the things that's so interesting though is when me and Jesse were talking, I was like, Jesse, is it just me or do all the people who hate Alandria and love Huda all have a certain look? It's all hard work, soft life. Look, people are telling on themselves so much. They're telling on themselves so much with their anti-blackness and this mindset of people only think Alandria is beautiful because she's a dark-skinned woman is so fascinating to me because, like, isn't that what's that girl did who likes the dookie? The one who who looked like a clown? Ice Spice. Ice Spice had recently said, remember she got caught for saying people only like Doechii because Doechii's a dark-skinned girl. Why is
no?
She went after Doechii.
Let's Ice. Let's not have that conversation, babe. Let's not have that
Ice Spice thinks Doechii of all fucking people. Let me breathe.
Let's just not.
And let me talk to you too about the skin color thing, because a couple people have been hitting me up about this, about how I speak on behalf of dark-skinned women. My daddy is Cuban, my mother's Haitian. Because of my daddy, I have golden undertones. I look lighter in some lighting and darker in others just because I have very golden Cuban undertones.
That's what our complexion does. It reflects light differently.
And Dexter can tell you, this is what I look like in real life. Dexter, I have no makeup on in my laundry room. This is what I look like in real life, no makeup, right? The amount of people who have told me that I'm not dark enough to speak on behalf of dark-skinned women is wild to me. And then somebody was like, no, you brown skin. And I was like, what the fuck is brown? What is that?
What does that have to do with it?
I'm black. So is brown skin the new I know black? What's happening? I'm the exact color of a Hershey Kiss. When you put a Hershey Kiss in my hand, it looks like a wart. So my thing is, why are we trying to find ways not to admit that we're black?
It's going along with this whole conversation because, you know, a lot of fair-skinned black people, genetically fair-skinned black people are, you know, doing the, do you have any kids? And, you know, it's that trend. And I will go in the comments, well, you are mixed race. You just don't know where. It's like, first of all, every single one of us on this planet, if you're going to go by that context, is mixed race.
Including Wesley Snipes and Lupita Nyong'o. So I need y'all to understand.
Genetics are genetics. Like, so sorry. But anywho, it's like, aren't we supposed to defend each other? No matter where you lie on the melanin spectrum?
As somebody who got made fun of in the 90s for being dark-skinned, it's wild to me now.
That's wild.
I'm not black enough to defend niggas, apparently. You have to disappear. You have to be Vanta Black. By the way, that's the blackest form of black, for those who don't know what Vanta Black is. You have to be Vanta Black, apparently, to speak on behalf of black people. I honestly do think, though, because I'm half Cuban, a lot of people could not reconcile with the fact that Cubans can be black. But when you go to Cuba, Cuba looks like Atlanta, by the way, guys. When you go to Cuba, Cuba looks like Atlanta.
When I say this, there are black people around this entire globe.
Yeah.
New Caledonia and French Polynesia is nothing but black people. Fijians,
I have Indian
nothing but black. Like, I'm so sorry. We exist around the world. We are indigenous to areas around the entire globe outside of Africa. Like, get a grip.
Somebody said fluorescent beige. Oh, God, Lord, shut up, y'all. Here's the thing.
Black.
I'm very pro-Black, and I'm not going to do the I have Indian in my family thing just because I'm Afro-Latina. I am very, very pro-Black. I'm also very pro-African-American, the ethnicity of African-American, because if I say this every time I come on here, if African-Americans did not have a culture, then what the fuck did I spend the 80s and 90s learning? I had to learn your culture because it exists, right? And so I will always get emotional about this. It breaks my heart when Black Americans think they're giving me a compliment by cannibalizing their own. You're trying to make me seem exotic because you have some kind of pain around thinking that you're regular Black. There's nothing regular about being Black, guys. Me being Haitian and Cuban does not make me more exotic than you being African American. We all have gone through a lot. Being Black means you've gone through a lot. This is why I hate diaspora wars, because now we got people hating on themselves, trying to give people compliments that make them look bad. Dexter, are you Black for the record? Dexter,
yes, I'm Black.
Okay,
I actually do. I found out the context of where the Caucasian entered in one side of the family, but at the end of the day, I'm still Black. Like, period.
I'm Black and I just speak in cursive. Okay, just because I have a Cuban tongue and
we have
range
fast, just like our
Black,
melanin.
okay?
We have range just like our melanin. Come on, like
I actually think it's beautiful when I see Black people speaking different languages.
It makes me so happy.
I'm like, look at us.
So happy.
We live there too, like Black Germans. I was like, ooh, okay. Come on,
I'm telling you, when I was on a cruise
Yes.
contract and they're like, "Oh, we're going to New Caledonia." I was like, "I've never sucked a geography here. What? Who? Where?" I land, and I'm just like, "We're everywhere."
You know who likes that we're everywhere? Because he's everywhere that we are. Nick. Let's get into it. Is Nick too mixy? What's going on with Nick? Y'all like those segues, by the way? Yeah. What's going on with Nick? That nigga is everywhere. And I call Nick a nigga, my bad. He's a YN from Florida. I'm convinced of this. If you've seen the videos of Nick, he probably was hanging out with 2 chains, 4 bracelets. I don't believe in inviting people to the barbecue, but he might have already gotten there early to set up chairs. What do you think?
He said, "I'm coming regardless. I'm coming regardless." And I think that we need more energy like that, because he's also not placating. You know, he's not. What's Tom Hanks' son name?
Oh, Chet Hanks.
He's not doing that.
I know, but Chet Hanks kind of fine though. It's awkward. He a little fine when you see him in person.
It is annoying, but
he a little fine though. I hate to say it, but that boy look good in person.
Genetics, wonderful thing.
He's so attractive. I'm like, why do you have to act like this? He's like Channing Tatum in his prime fine.
Gotcha. I'm Team Jana over here. Team Jana all day, every day. That's my sister.
So Chad Hanks is a perfect example of Malibu's finest. He's trying to. Somebody said word to T.S. Madison Swift. You see what you said?
Ironically, they would have a key together.
I think T.S. Madison and Taylor Swift
would
meet.
Be.
Can we send this clip to them?
Yes, and T.S. bring. I would gag if Taylor came on to the Outlaws podcast. I would die.
I have made history as the first person to ever mistake Taylor Swift for T.S. Madison, and now that we have made T.S. Madison Swift a thing, I feel like they have to meet, and somebody needs to tag me when it happens.
Tree, Erica, get on.
You know them both. Make it happen. Put them in a little play date, make them kiss like 2 Barbie dolls. Cute.
I'll do what I can. I can't do too much, but I'll do what I can.
Tell Taylor Swift that you made me convert to actually like being a fan of hers, because I didn't think it was possible.
That I most definitely will. That's a.
I'm a tough critic.
That's a proud moment of mine. I have to say, I will say. And again, it's just she's real, and she puts her words to action, and. Yeah. You know, she out here giving entire touring crews and staff 6-figure bonuses. Like,
oh, she doing a Tyler Perry, okay?
A little more than
those who don't know, Tyler Perry will pay you triple what everybody else will pay you, and you will get your direct deposit as you're still driving off the lot. All my friends who work for Tyler Perry are like, look, I don't mind that my wig fell off during that scene and he kept it in. I just paid for my mortgage off of 1 week of work.
Listen. When you give the people what they deserve and need, you're all right with me.
Somebody said, I am supposed to be working. Y'all are a distraction. Good. We're here to be a distraction. I will say this, guys. I just found out from my metrics, 80% of the people who follow us are not actually following the page. And I need you to know that Dexter will be back. Bridget Kelly's coming on next week. Shout out to my good friend, Bridget Kelly. John is coming on. By the way, you guys are blowing me up with John is running late in my comment section.
That the fact that it was so beautiful to see because I forgot that was the code word, and then I was like, why did you wait? I was like, did John make it? And I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, number one, watch the episode. But what happened is I'm doing this new thing now where I want to see if y'all have the attention span to actually stick to the end. So towards the end of every episode, or maybe in the middle, I might mix it up just to be mixy. Somewhere in the episode, I give a secret password for you to put in the comments to show me that you actually watched the entire episode. And with Dexter's episode, John was running late to the studio. And so the password is John is finally here. I have spent the last fucking 3 days seeing notifications. John's, mind you, I was with John when it was happening. So and I was like, oh, right, the password. John is finally. Do you want to do a password for this one? What's the password for this live? I love doing
password for this live is valid points are being made.
Okay, guys, if you have made it to this part of the live, after the live is over, go into the comment section of the replay and write valid points are being made. And that's how we know that you actually rock with us. But please also follow and subscribe because it helps the algorithm push more people out so that when Dexter comes back, even more folks can see our wonderful conversation. Look, not y'all writing it now. Now, Florence, we said to do it after in the replay.
This is like, it's clocking to her. It's clocking to her.
Oh, somebody said, can it be T.S. Madison Swift instead? What do you think?
You know, that's a good one too. That's a good one
okay.
too.
Let's do T.S. Madison Swift. We'll say valid points are being made. If you guys write T.S. Madison Swift in the comments, we know you got at least to the hour mark of the live. Now, Dexter, about Nick, do you have concerns about how mixy Nick has been? Because I love an outgoing man to some degree, but I'm the kind of person who usually dates a Nick and then finds out he's too mixy, and that becomes a problem in the relationship, right? Yeah. And Alandria is a woman who takes her time and her heart very seriously. So seeing him doing all these lives with Taylor, seeing him doing all these lives with every single boy who's ever been in the thing, seeing him just popping up randomly in bikinis and different people, like he's everywhere. Do you think that's going to be a problem for Alandria?
I don't think it's everywhere. It's the honeymoon.
No, it's everywhere, John.
It's the honeymoon phase of every Love Island season. They all do it. Every single one, every single time, whether it's the UK, US, Australia. Once the season comes out and all the things are out, they want to be out in the streets. They want to, reap the benefits of their collective workings. And because it's so close to the end of the season, I'm not going to say that. Here's the thing. After the reunion, that's what I'm going to be paying attention to. That's when you start seeing signs of if folks are moving a little bit more recklessly, and then that's more of a sign of their character. But right now, like, they're all on cloud 9 right now.
And Nick is already a model, so he already has, unlike Cierra, who's too media trained, he has a comfort in front of the camera that reads really well.
And I've seen, a few of the snaps and a few of the things. I'm not all up in their business, but if it comes across my thing, I'll see what's going on. But especially given the trajectory of him and Alandria's story, I think that, and I said this even when I was watching it in real time, I was like, this is going to be more of an experiment of a relationship that develops at the end of the season, and we get to see the real, what would actually happen in the real world with the context, because they basically met by the end of the season. So
here's the thing too that's so interesting in this climate that we live in. I see why with Janae and Kenny breaking up and Kaylor and Aaron crying all the time and whatever that show is called. I can see why people would have concerns. Here's why I don't have concerns, because you guys know a bitch loves research, and you can never watch live with me without me mentioning some research. So take your pens and paper. There have been numerous studies done about what types of heteronormative relationships work best. And they found out that there's only 2 types of relationships where the probability of the relationship working long term is incredibly high. And guess what they are? Number 1 is when the man and woman are equally enthusiastic about the relationship. The second most successful, if not the most successful iteration of a heteronormative relationship that's going to work long term is when the man likes the woman more than he likes him. She likes him. And they studied that and they found out because women are socialized to nurture and let people grow on them, while men, if they don't like you immediately, if they're not obsessed about you, they're never going to get there. So the fact that Nick likes Alandria so much more than she did at first, and he's growing on her, actually is the only reason why I believe they might actually last. If it was the other way around and she knew first and she liked him first, it'd be done for me. Relationships where a woman likes a man most usually do not work. We think our grandmas are just making shit up when they say find a man who likes you more than you like him. No, that there's actually science behind it. And I wanted to play a video of Nick to show the only reason I'm not concerned, because the people saying they're concerned, I was concerned too until I saw this clip. Hold on, I had it queued up and then my finger moved. Here we go. I'm gonna play this video.
See, this is why.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna put the volume all the way up.
I should have planned better. See, this is why Alandria is so great, because she's planner. Where would you like to travel next and why? I would like to go to. I would like to go to Europe with Alandria because she's never been before. Who's your celebrity crush? Alandria. She's a celebrity. When was the last time you cried and why? I think it was when Alandria and I were reading our letters at the top of the hill. You miss someone. Who is it and why? Alandria, because I haven't seen her in about 4 days.
He's obsessed.
He is, and he's enamored.
What's her color?
He's enamored. And I think that that's the one thing we haven't seen from a guy
Of any color.
aside. I would say aside from
Cordell was the original Nick in my eyes.
Yeah, aside from Cordell and Miguel, where you can physically see that they are enamored with these women. And it's obsessed. And again, it's such counter programming to what heteronormative men are supposed to do.
He's a Pisces. You know them water signs being emotional. I might get me one.
It's like,
give me a water sign.
It's so refreshing to see. And I think because it came, and when the mama saw it, and even that for me.
Yeah, your mothers love each other and already planning the wedding is crazy.
That's crazy, but it's also that's where Cierra's little statement went wrong for me. I was like, why are you bringing their mothers into your baggage?
Wait, what did she say about their mamas?
In the statement, she was like, once I got out of the villa and saw even their families and their moms are rooting for them to get together. I was like, now we have a problem. And you asked, you asked me earlier, what would my tipping point be for excommunicating her friend? If you come for somebody, mama, that's it. We're done.
Oh yeah, no, family stuff is an immediate your clip for me.
That I friendship, partnership, whatever, you mess with anybody's mom, because as a person who lost theirs at a very young age, I don't play. I do not play about my mamas. So yeah.
Somebody said, I'm a Pisces. If I like you, you don't know. I don't, you gonna know that too. Thank you, Joseph. Jesus.
Valid points are being made.
He says, Dexter doing Cierra's mannerisms with the head bobble is frying me. At least you
That's
can
how much I see her. Yeah, that's how
I
much
can't
I
do
see
her
her. Yeah,
my lips are big already, but
no, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do that.
Sorry, I have huge lips, so when I do it, it just looks anti-black as fuck. But by the way, her duck lipologist, whoever did that to her, posted a video of behind the scenes of them giving her the procedure as promo. And I was like,
the whole team thirsty, baby. The whole team is.
Why are you taking credit for doing that to her? I'd be in hiding. Why are you taking credit? Somebody said Cierra's just Somebody said Cierra's just jealous because the only thing Nick's mom spoke about was them sexing in public.
And who
she was
who initiated that? Who initiated that?
Meow. time Nick would get gassed and wander out for 5 minutes, she was like, you want some cookies? You want my cookies? Her and Huda were having a bake sale the entire episode. I'm not slut shaming. I'm just saying what happened. Okay? Free cookies every time.
Recounting events.
When Jeremiah was like, you're gaslighting me, I'm upset. She said, do you want to take a shower together? Wait, what?
How did we get there? We're supposed to be resolving issues.
How is the answer to everything? You want some cookies? Remember Bernie Mac? Milk and cookies. You just always go milk and cookies. You can't just keep on giving away cookies, y'all. At some point, the jar is going to be empty. Here's my question about Huda. Speaking of cookies, she said in one of the first challenges that she'd only been with 2 men. So you're alleging that you doubled your body count in a month on TV? Is that Huda math? It's not sex shaming. This is a real question from an autistic person who just understands logic. If you've only been with 2 people in 24 years, how did you sleep with 2 people within 72 minutes of meeting them on camera when there's TV?
Where she said that on the show with 2 people?
And Nick said 50. Nick is on it. She said 50. And then when they said Nick 50, he said, and I'm looking for 51. And he looked right at Alandria. I was like, oh shit. Nick, look. Freako Nico, that boy nasty. And I like me a nasty motherfucker. So I think that's also why I like him. If he was just sweet but not nasty, I could see her leaving him. Because a woman needs to feel, actually forget a woman, people need to feel like they're in a desirable relationship. You know what I mean? I want to be swallowed up.
Swallowed up.
Right? Nick will swallow you up and chew the bones. He's not spitting nothing out. Dexter, have you ever been swallowed up? Ew, I have
been swallowed. Yes.
You know who likes to swallow up big girls? Personal trainers. The amount of personal trainers who tried to crack my back recently, I need to understand. How are you trying to get people to stop looking like me, but you like me so much? Like, I really want to ask a personal trainer who likes big girls.
Balance, hard, soft.
One of them told me, I asked him, he said because the women that he sees are like physical specimens who hate themselves, and there's something about seeing a plus size woman like herself that because of his clients actually turns him on. That was a good
and it's also that too. It's the juxtaposition of confidence in a body that's othered.
Yeah.
Especially because they look, if you're a good physical fitness trainer, like they get to the root of a lot of their clients' issues. So they get to humanize people in real time, especially, because they're trying to shed one of their flaws, So
somebody said, why Cierra let Nick suck on Ola's toes like that, staring right into her eyes? Cierra literally said, I can still smell a taste of Alandria's nail polish on his mouth when he kissed me afterwards. If your man is sucking somebody's toes to the point where you can taste her nail polish when he kisses you afterwards, baby, you thought that he didn't want her because she was dark skinned. Had he done that to anybody else, you wouldn't have made that joke.
What her to say? Would it be better if I was ugly?
And Alandria's a lot of things. Ugly is not one of them. Somebody said, Blue, you're a beauty. Thank you, because I have no lashes on. I look like an emoji. I'm wearing my house hat.
This is how I met Blue, by the way.
Huh?
Fresh face, skin glowing.
I found out recently that I'm the only one in my friend group who has not done the injections.
The things, yeah.
I feel so left out.
Ironically, when we do it, it's almost invisible. It's almost invisible.
Because you think the fat is keeping me youthful?
I know that's why mine is. I already know. I don't need to ask any question. I don't need anything in my face. I will provide it for myself. Thank you very much.
You guys are my skin looks amazing. You guys, I have skin dysmorphia.
You do. You do.
Wow, friend. Wow, Dexter.
Well, because the first time I met you, that was like the first thing you said, and I was like, but this is what I see in front of my face. So
what did I say? What did I say about my skin that made you realize I have skin dysmorphia?
Well, because like when you quantify it, like right, you disclaim it. Like I didn't put on makeup today, and I was like, baby, the nature is glowing and giving you what you need. Like you're fine.
You know what the thing is? I used to be a lash girl, but I had a panic attack during a lash appointment a couple of months ago, so I can't get lashes anymore. So it used to be like lip gloss and lashes. Now it's just lip gloss, y'all. We're down to this. This is the only makeup you will see me wear. All right, next topic that I want to touch on, because this is a fun one. Ace is winning the internet. Can we all just give a round of applause for Ace Green? Yay, Dexter, don't be a hater. Clap for Ace Green. Look at you, fire sign, friendly fire. Ace is winning the internet. For those who don't know, Ace went on live on TikTok and made $100,000. He literally made back the winning pot from the show just by going live. Clarky.
You gotta give credit where credit's due on that one. That's
boy good.
It's
so what? Right? But here's the thing: Ace is 90s fine, and so is Shelly. Remember when I said earlier that I grew up thinking that dark-skinned girls were always going to be approached by light-skinned boys because that's what I always got, and dark-skinned guys were always going after light-skinned.
It's also what our friends did.
Yeah, in the 90s, that was like a thing of like mix matching. Ace and Shelly, for so many reasons, are so 90s fine as a couple to me.
That Disney video did it for me with that one.
They're very much a 90s fine kind of couple. And me being a pansexual Haitian woman just like Shelly, who also dates nothing but Leos and Libras, I completely understand. I understand all of it. I'm the Shelly in the scenario. I get all of it. Because Leo men, the thing about Caribbean women and the thing about pansexual women is that both groups are just not worried about the status quo, and we're a little spicy, and the things that scare the people don't scare us.
Yeah.
Leos are used to being judged as being too much. We don't think they're too much because we're just as much.
Yeah.
So there's almost like a I see you kind of dynamic that happens where like, oh, she's not scared of me and she's actually pushing back. They get turned on by it.
I think they're going to be a good match now that they're out of the villa, and pressure is off to not win. And I think that
what's your hesitation, Dexter? I can hear it in your voice.
I
have some as well, so we're not necessarily in different pages. What's your hesitation?
It's just Ace. I'm still salty about him wanting to be the director of the entire
Jeremiah
season,
and everything.
And not even getting Jeremiah out and all that other stuff. It was just like, there are producers and directors. You don't need to do their job. It's totally fine. And I'm slowly warming up to him as he's come out of the villa. I want to hate on the little rap he did, but I was like, I guess you can. It's okay. Don't get carried away. But the live with the $100,000, like you can't like.
Wait, are you mad at a Leo for being a control freak? Are you also mad at water for being wet, Dexter? That's all I heard.
But it's one of those things, and it just reminded me, like, Leos are one of those that I'm like, if I see too much of it, I'm like, okay, just calm it down. Just calm it. Like, you're a
Sag, and the fire signs like to fight with each other about who's in charge.
You might be right. But it's just, I'm slowly warming up to Ace's side, and lucky he got Shelly to bring me on. That's fine.
Well, see, somebody said somebody said Capri, yes, she's a Virgo, and pansexual is similar to bi, but open to all. Yes. So I'm a Virgo stellium. For those who don't know anything about astrology, a stellium means even if you have a sun sign, another sign has showed up 3 or more times in your chart and is trying to stage a coup. So even though I'm a Taurus with a Gemini rising, there's so much fucking Virgo in my chart.
What's the other one?
So Shelly being a Virgo pansexual and me being a Virgo stellium pansexual, I'm telling you, I understand our good sis. She wants a man who's not scared of her.
And he is not. He is not scared of Shelly.
When you're a spicy pansexual woman, you can only date cishet men who like the fire or who are the fire. That's why the fire signs be on my ass, especially if they're personal trainers. Somebody said, Blue, you need to do an astrology class. Funny enough, and Dexter, I want your opinion on this. I brought my tarot cards. I'm considering doing tarot content or just doing astrology content. What are your thoughts about that, Dexter?
You're gifted in that world, and it would be such a blessing to the ones that need that insight. That's all I'm going to say. Because
do you want me to pull a card for you? You feel safe? If you don't feel safe, I can do it for somebody in the audience.
You can pull one. You can pull one. Or do you have to pull all 3?
Go. Don't ask all them questions. Sag trying to take control. Do you want to pull a card? Yes or no?
I trust only because I trust you.
I need to hear a yes or a no.
Yes.
I don't believe in coercion.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull a card. Dexter, close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. All right, Dexter, I want you to think that there's a soft white light covering both of us. We're both safe. Soft white light. And now imagine there's a soft white light covering both of us, and there's a soft green light, like a laser, going from your heart to my hands. A soft green light, like a laser, going from your heart to my hands, right? A heart-centered pull is what we're about to do, so you're safe. I'm going to ask the universe, please give Dexter insight on whatever you think he needs to know. Universe, please give Dexter insight on whatever he needs to know. And Dexter, when you feel comfortable, just gently tell me to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Should I cut the deck or just pull from the top?
Is the process to cut the deck?
Just no, Dexter. Answer the question. You're overthinking, Ace.
Pull the top. Pull the top.
Okay, there we go. Queen of Swords. 6 of Cups. 7 of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. So you're in a space right now where you want your career to prosper, but you also want romance, and you're going to have to make decisions where you admit the truth about how much both mean to you.
So annoying.
Does that resonate, Dexter?
It's so annoying.
Does that resonate, Dexter?
Yes. I'm sorry. I do have to answer the question. Yes. You get on my nerves.
I just work here, friend. I just work here. Tell the truth or shame the devil. Tell the truth or shame the devil. We need to do like a New Orleans box.
Definitely did that. Now I'm hot again.
Why do you get hot whenever you're in the hot seat?
How do you do this to me? It's so weird.
For anybody who wants to book a reading with me, my calendar is open. I will say my August openings are slim because my repeat clients book me fast. The link is in the description. It is bluecentricshop.com/readings. I am so happy that we did this, Dexter, because I really do feel like a lot of times when we do these podcast episodes, me and the guests keep talking afterwards. And shit gets even better after the camera stopped rolling. So it feels like, now here's the thing. I want to make sure that we've been talking about all this fun, light stuff with a little bit of serious stuff.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Taylor really quick because there is something disturbing. Where's my phone?
Because when you mentioned this, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, so y'all know that somebody said do me. I might do a live where I just do a bunch of card readings. Somebody said Blue card reading TikTok lives. Yeah, I might do one on TikTok live. I think TikTok is where the card readers have their fun. But I will say this. I've never been a Taylor fan because he definitely bombed Alandria just to stay in the villa, even after he admitted to Ace that he didn't find her attractive. He convinced her and everybody else in the villa that he was obsessed with her. Even Ian Sterling, the announcer, said, I would have bet my wife and children that Taylor liked Alandria. That's how thick he laid it on in real life.
And Ian sees everything.
So when you're laying it on so thick, even production thinks you like this girl. So I've never been a Taylor stan. Also, too, I don't believe in calling men bitches, but because Taylor acts like a unemployed DC lesbian, he's a stud in my eyes. So sometimes I do call him a bitch. But I will say this. Him and Clark, yes, Clark, give us nothing. I have tried to keep it cute because I do like Clark. But there's a video going around of a live where Taylor kept pushing Clark's head and shoving her. And he was acting playful, but for me, something in my stomach flipped like, this don't feel good. And I will say this, a lot of men, I'm not putting this on him, I'm just going to make a broad statement. A lot of men who struggle with their sexuality, number one, want to find the baddest bitch they can find is a beard. So a lot of gay men who've come out later in life will be like, I used to have the baddest bitch as a cover. And number two, there's some bitterness there around women if they're misogynistic. Because Dexter, I always say this, gay men are still men, guys.
The gay men are some of the most misogynistic, like dangerously so.
So I'm not saying he's gay. I am saying for those who believe that he might have a journey, This doesn't actually take away from that. People were like,
Yeah.
well, if he's gay, then why is he pushing? Gay men can still be misogynistic. Men are men are men are men are men. And it actually is a disservice to gay men when we try to act like they're not men.
And it's also like there's the misconception that some gay men, like when they're like, ew, I don't like vagina, it's like, no, they really just don't like women.
Women, yeah. And here's the thing, Tisma said he's jealous of attention Clark gets. I actually think he was jealous of the attention that Nicolandria got and thought him and Clark could be in competition and realized that we only fuck with Clark.
He's so delusional. He doesn't want to understand, like, I can warm up to Ace because at the end of the day, what you see with Ace is what you get with Ace.
Yeah.
I can't do that with Taylor.
No.
I can't do it.
No.
I don't trust it.
I don't trust Taylor for the same reason I don't trust Cierra. They're both too contrived for me. I can't do contrived people. So we're going to play this video that had everybody really upset. There's so many versions of it. I just picked the quickest one I could find. Need my little pink JBL. Hold on. This is my shower speaker, y'all. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Watch this. He's constantly shoving her head in the frame.
I just got the egg. I'm so sorry. I don't
Look at
like
this.
it. I don't like
It's a
it.
montage. Somebody said, Clark, what do you think about? And he shoved her head and answered for her. He's been shoving her off camera every time somebody asks her a question for a while now. Ooh, I'm getting upset. Let me breathe.
And this is why I honestly don't think beyond, essentially being colorist and all the things, when it came to being physically attracted to Alandria, he needs a submissive woman. Like, do any and everything I say.
Yeah.
And Clark does that because she's softer than Alandria, I feel. And I feel like if Alandria submitted to him, he might have,
If she was a pick-me.
And it's just, Alandria, she's dainty. She's very dainty, and he wants dainty.
She's a lady.
She's very dainty. Alandria is a fucking lady.
He's a fucking lady. Yeah.
Alandria is a fucking lady, but Clark is dainty, and I don't want her with him with that in mind. Just me personally, I don't.
Like I said, he keeps showing us how much money he's spending on Clark. Even the dogs know. The puppies are like, run, Molly, you in danger, girl.
It's just the kids playing outside, and they.
What do you think about the fact that Alandria and Clark are doing so many videos together? I know that must bother him.
It does. It does, 100%. And I think that also because Alandria also just has insight on Taylor as a person.
Yeah.
And she was trying to warn, they tried to make it seem like Alandria was being petty and still into Taylor. And she was just like, no, I need to advise you that this is kind of a pattern of the way he moves. So just be aware of it. Make your decisions. And I don't think that it's going to last very long. I'm giving it 2 to 3 months, if that.
I'm giving it as soon as the reunion's over, she's going to start looking for an NBA player or whoever dribbles a ball.
I hope she does.
I do too, actually.
I hope she does.
I don't usually condone scamming, but this is a scam that I'm rooting for.
And it's one, because, again, say what you want. That child's makeup skills are unmatched.
Bitch, I was like, did she, who? I was like, did they have a makeup artist come just for her?
No. She ended up becoming everybody's makeup artist.
I said, girl, did you used to work at Mac? What's going on? Why is the full beat? Poor Shelly's face is dripping. Alandria forgot to blend her, whatever. And here comes Clark looking like she just came out of a photo shoot.
Honey, blending.
The blending. In the sun. To blend like that in Fiji while outside in the sun is a different kind of sorcery. That's not just makeup skills. You're
while
an artist.
while maintaining your either bust down or quick, like that's crazy.
Y'all know I don't like to wear makeup because I'm lazy and my skin is sensitive. But I would let Clark do my makeup.
Glam, please.
Clark would have me out here looking like Jessica Rabbit. I would let her do my makeup in a mother-sucking heartbeat. I wonder what Ace feels about this, because one thing about Ace being the Papa Bear, right, Mr. President, is that he is the biggest fan of Nicolandria. There's so many videos of Nicolandria making out of Disney World, and he's in the background jumping up and down excited. Right?
Yeah.
Like, he's excited. He doesn't act the same way with Clark and Taylor. Do you think that Ace has peeped that Taylor's on some bullshit? Because he always peeps everything.
I think he has. I think that time outside of the villa probably showed it to him. Yeah. Because once you're in that setting in the villa, like, one, aside from the producers suggesting things, you're more open to these connections and friendships you've had, because this is your only support system at this point. Yeah. So now that he's probably out and he's seeing the way that Taylor moves once others are involved, and I think that
he's getting the ick. I think Ace is getting the ick. He would never put him out there.
At the end of the day, his face will tell on him 24/7.
That's the one thing I like about Ace. When everybody else was crying, and Ace is like, that would have been me.
Yeah.
There was time people were crying, they were being melodramatic. Ace was like, this is a TV show, right? Like, we're all going home next week. So I do that. Somebody said, do you mind sharing your skin routine? I will say this, guys, everybody has different skin. What I will say, the basics are, and Dexter can agree to this, is cleanser, toner, serum, under eye cream, no matter what age you are. Because a lot of girls, and a good moisturizer and a sunscreen if you're going outside.
SPF is essential to all of it.
And if you want to spend a little bit of extra coin, get a little bit of an essence, right? And also, too, whatever you use, make sure that the ingredients are not too thick and too full of stuff. No scented. I love Fenty so much. The only thing from Fenty I cannot use is their scented face products. So for the people who have very sensitive skin, if you smell something in your face products, consider not using it, because those fragrances sometimes can create an effect. But I heard her fat water is really good. She has something called like a toner called fat water or something.
Yeah, it's thick.
It's thick.
It's essentially like a serum or essence, and it's just luscious. It's very luscious. That's the best.
By the way, Dexter's also a Fenty ambassador. Yeah. So just since we. Not you are one of the fancy girls, honey. Speaking of Fenty, your sister Maya is going to be a fellow Fenty ambassador.
I cannot wait, because I know when they want to spend money, baby, they're going to spend that money. She's going to have a beautiful campaign. I'm excited.
I would love for you and Maya to be in a Fenty campaign together.
Listen, stranger things have happened.
Gratuitously.
Literally, like walking in between Taraji and Cara and Shirley Ralph, I'll take it. Yeah, so stranger things have happened.
So I want to make sure I brag on my friend real quick before we wrap this up. Dexter has a new advert out right now with Pattern, Tracy Ellis Ross's hair care line.
Okay, Pattern.
Okay,
Pattern.
You're like the main girl, honey. You know, back in the Video Vixen days, you the main girl, honey.
With me and my curl friends. My
girlfriend. How did it feel being in the Pattern ad with all these? Tracy Ellis Ross is just mother.
Yeah.
Did you have a moment where you were like, oh, bitch, I'm really about to be here? Because it's one thing for you to be a dancer and an actor, but when you are with Tracy Ellis Ross, whose mother is Diana the fucking Ross.
Yeah.
Right? Black beauty personified as a legendary legacy. And she has you coming on for a beauty brand, celebrating hair. What did that feel like for you? Because those are so many intersections of your identity right now that are being acknowledged by her in that moment.
It felt really validating, because it's also like my first lead role as an actor in a commercial or any other type of media.
Really?
So yeah, so it was very kismet, and it's, again, I have a very firm belief that yes, my mother passed, but she does send
Strong and famous.
specifically women into my life for very specific purposes. And ironically, through work, like with Rihanna's and Taylor's and Janelle Monáe's, and it's this femme energy that just gets that I also exert, but is very also attracted to me.
But we also protect you. We're not just attracted to you, we protect you, because some women, when they're attracted to queer male energy, we take from them. Like, when the housewives will use gay men as like an accessory.
Yeah.
You very specifically attract women who want to give to you and protect
so
you.
Into me, yeah.
Yeah.
And uplift me. And it's across every race, it's across every intersection of womanhood as well. So it just felt right and validated. And specifically when we were, doing dialogue together, making her crack twice, and cackle, it's just that it was the best thing that could have ever happened. And also being able to work with a literal up-and-coming legend with the director, Child Artiste, who again is my physical related, not play cousin.
Oh yeah, Dexter found out after that the director was his cousin. He didn't even know it.
Like that, which is wild because their side of the family's from Arkansas, my side of the family's from Texas, and we are collaborating on such a beautiful cultural moment.
Dexter, do you need more of a nod that your mother was involved for her to have your own damn cousin directing it?
Her baby sister's cousin. It was my mom's baby.
You don't think that's a very heavy-handed way of your mother being like, "Hello, you're welcome"?
She likes to slap me in the face a lot of times, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And just Devora Dickinson Mayfield is truly my spiritual guide in all things that is life. And I'm very happy to be so connected to one of my ancestors. I just get joy from it. I truly do.
As you were talking, I pulled more cards for you.
Oh, God.
Because I felt your mother in the room, and I'll be having to pull cards. The Fool card, New Beginnings. Ace of Swords. Have you auditioned for anything or looked out for anything recently? Have you auditioned?
I auditioned for a project last year, but haven't heard back because it's one of those things.
Audition vaingloriously because there's a big yes waiting for you somewhere. There's a big yes waiting for you. 8 of Cups. Have you had any situationships that have not worked out that you're still emotionally mourning? I just work here.
But specifically about that specific one.
Oh yeah. So the answer is let it go.
Okay.
Okay.
That sucks, but okay.
It doesn't have to suck because you're letting go of that version of it.
Okay.
But y'all can't be friends for a while because you'd be lying.
That's already in process.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Because whenever I get the 8 of Cups, so the cups represent love. I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about tarot. Cups represent love. All the cups of love are left in the floor and you're turning your back and having to walk away. So there was a lot of love there, but it wasn't enough.
I'm hot again. I'm physically hot again.
Dexter, yeah, maybe I will start doing tarot over at TikTokies. For those of you who don't follow me on TikTok, follow me at Blue Telusma on TikTok.
You get on my last nerve.
And mind you, I've never brought my cards onto a YouTube live. And this is my Golden Girls deck that I got in WeHo. I was like, oh, this is so
I
Dexter.
was like, what was that? Was that Betty walking away?
I got my Golden Girls deck from WeHo. I was like, this has Dexter all over it. They must have a message for him.
All of those. And specifically for me, because I do want time and everything to act accordingly. This is the first tarot reading I've ever had. So
oh my God, I had no idea, and it's on camera. Oh my God, you feel safe, right?
That's the only reason I did it. The only reason I did it.
Oh my! I just took your tarot virginity on live. Oh my heavens! I feel so honored that you trust me, though. I really feel honored that you trust me.
And
and by the way, it's not just your mom.
Cards ain't lying.
It's not just your mom. There's two other feminine energies who are with her who are calling in favors for you. It feels There's 2 other feminine energies around you. It's not just your mother.
Her mother, my grandmother, Robbie Nell Tatum, and
Does she have like
her
a sister
aunt,
figure or like an auntie? Yes.
and her
It's like
aunt Johnny May.
because
You are
somebody's
the
sister is also with you.
you are the second person who has confirmed that.
Because she said my mom, and then I heard the word sister, but I can't hear the rest of it. So it's a mother and somebody's sister are also with you. So it's like a trifecta. It's like 3 of them who are like kind of like Charlie's angels calling in favors for you.
Because my grandmother had my mom at 15.
Oh, that explains it.
And her younger sister, Johnny May, was literally the 3 of them who are the matriarchs of our family.
I keep on hearing that's our baby. That's not her baby. That's our baby. Yeah, they're here. They're here, friend. All 3 of them. They're all there.
Okay.
It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. This was meant to happen.
Yeah.
Woo. Well, Dexter, thank you for joining.
Who does that? Gets on live and starts crying by the end of it. What is happening? Okay.
Well, I didn't expect your mother and her Charlie's Angels to pop up in the live, child. That wasn't on the roster.
It was not. It was not. And she loves to do that. They love to do that. They love to do that.
Yeah, but they were very clear about the pronouns. They were like, that's our baby. That's not her baby. That's our baby. You're heavily covered, friend.
I'm so grateful. So grateful.
How does it feel being friends with someone who's psychic though? Because I always wonder, do my friends like y'all be acting like it's normal, but I be feeling bad sometimes. Y'all friends with that soul Raven and shit.
Again, the first person who kind of affirmed that energy, I was shocked by the vessel it came in, but the message was still the same.
Somebody said this is T.S. Madison Swift's fault, child. Y'all.
It is.
No, the energy is really heavy on you, and it's a good kind of heavy, like hold you to the bosom kind of heavy. And it's so funny too because even some of the stuff that you tap into from your femme side is from them as well.
They are my guiding lights. Like,
yeah,
the imagery, the style, all of it is from all 3 of them. Like, in one way or another.
Dexter, this was a great live.
And I don't go live very often either. So, like, I'm happy that this is how it went.
How are you feeling in this present tense moment?
Just abundantly grateful. That's it. And it again affirms my connection to the divine femme. Ironically, every iteration, every collaboration, which it's like, and especially because I've had so many outside comments questioning that.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I get into that headspace, something like this happens, and then I'm like, I'm sorry, this is just the way it is and the way it's meant to be. So
you're right. You're right on schedule. And what's interesting is we've been talking about the kids who are from Love Island who are coming out of the villa and trying to renegotiate themselves. A part of me just hopes that like the kind of covering that you have, we know Alandria has it through her mother.
Yeah.
And her 2 stud sisters they will fight for her. You could tell they'll fight for their sister. Right? Alandria got these 2 stud sisters who look like they can fight.
With their backpacks and all.
With the backpacks. Backpack. What advice would you give to Alandria if we could? Because I feel like we're also rooting for her, but we're also concerned because she's at this really interesting precipice where she could either soar or be undermined by a bad decision. What do you think the best case scenario for her would be?
I think she needs to trust herself and trust her support system, because those 2 women affirmed her so much to the point that something bigger was happening outside of Love Island. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this was the opportunity that brought love into her life, I guess you could say. But there's a divine connection and something that I feel specifically our country needs to learn something from it right now. And specifically how organically their relation came to be throughout their experience, but also how they're moving outside and how, you know, there is so much care and so much intention kind of being specifically sewed into Alandria and just wanting to make sure that those voices that, you know, again, that have come to question me don't question her and her value and what she's destined for as a result of what's happened on the show.
Yeah, the word unconventionally attractive, conventionally unattractive bothers people when I say it, right? When I say conventionally unattractive, I don't mean ugly. I mean the system does not acknowledge your beauty.
The system intentionally wanted you to feel that way.
Me, you, and Alandria, even Shelly, are all considered conventionally unattractive. And we have to be honest about that, not because we're internalizing it, but because there's power in recognizing what they think versus what I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a difference there, right? And I think because Alandria is stunning and still not conventionally attractive, it lets us realize how stupid the convention is, how silly the hierarchy is,
how silly the system is in itself.
Me, you, and her are all ugly in the eyes of the system. And yet I would dare somebody to call any of us ugly. How you doing? All right, somebody just said, dang, I just caught the live. I'm setting up notifications right now. Please do, because my hope is to have a rotation of my friends, including Dexter, come on like once a month just to kiki and talk about stuff, because I think
have emotional and spiritual breakthroughs.
Right? Free therapy, free readings. You don't even have to book it or whatever. I think for me, I don't want, one of the reasons why it took me so long to go live and even be in front of the camera, because I made so much money behind the camera, I'm not even gonna lie, is because I don't want to live in a world where everything's just about me.
Yeah.
And the thing that's tricky about me, like entering into content creation, is that there's a selfishness that is so naturally inherent in it that I don't naturally like. So whenever possible, I want to bring my community with me.
Yeah.
Whenever possible. And community that's not going to be haters, because the people who I've tried to put on before, I'm not going to say too much, who were my ops.
We all have to find them out somehow. We all have to find them out somehow.
I've tried to platform people who I found out were secret haters, who were coming on my show and getting shine, but like secretly were talking shit about me and trying to block my blessings while still trying to get put on. So the people like you, who I know I can sincerely trust, I want to make sure that this audience that we're cultivating gets to see y'all as much as possible. Dexter, do you have anything you want to plug before we go today?
Yes. If you are in the LA area on August 23rd, come on down to the Los Angeles LGBT Center and get you a little taste of a show that we have called Swallow. And I'll just leave it at that. You can follow us at Swallow Show or go to the LALGBTcenter.org website and get your tickets.
Dexter, every time you say it, I have so many questions about Swallow.
And that's what you're supposed to have when you go into it, and we will answer every single one of them.
Is your tagline not spit, but swallow?
Oh, baby, the tagline is just swallow and just take it all in whole.
Oh, wow. Okay, the show has gone to a different level. That's going to be an after dark on the Patreon, maybe. We're not doing that for free. You guys, please go see Dexter at Swallow. Also, where can they find you on social, love?
You can find me at Dex Rated on Insta and TikTok, at Dex-Rated on Blue Sky and Twitter. And I will just leave that name at that. And you can also find me here on YouTube at Dexter Mayfield. I think that should kind of do that. I'm getting my YouTube game back up. So yes.
Well, here's the thing. Part of me coming on YouTube is I'm trying to drag my friends to join the YouTubes too, so we can have a YouTube's community.
Yes.
Shout out to Jessie Wu for getting me over my fear of going YouTube live. I was like, Jessie, I've been wanting to go YouTube live for years, and I was scared. And she was like, girl, just get on. Let's just get on together. And the irony is, I only got on YouTube live to defend Jessie. I'm very protective of my friends, and I need y'all to know, if you mess with Jessie, you're messing with me. I will come on here and cuss y'all out. If you mess with Bridget, you're messing with me. If you mess with Dexter, you're messing with me. I'm the confrontational friend who will pull up. Okay?
Every time.
Dexter will tell you, I will pull the fuck up. This is not just a thing for social media.
Every single time.
My dream is to do a tour, a podcast tour with my real friends.
That's it. That's the life. That is the life.
Because so many people go on tours and make lots of money with people that they hate, and then they break up and like do videos on each other. No, I actually have to like you in real life. For anybody who wants to keep following us, follow Dexter. Also follow me at Bluecentric on Instagram and Twitter, at Blue Telusma on TikTok. If you want to take my emotional intelligence class, it is the last class of the year. It's 8 weeks. We meet every Wednesday for 2 hours on Zoom live. So it's me in person, real life. And me and you and 30 other people, you learn emotional intelligence tools in real life. Dexter, are you coming in September?
I will come to a few classes if you'll have me.
I would like to get you to come to all of them. We'll see how we can. It's over before Halloween, honey. I intentionally made it so that it's right after Labor Day and over before Halloween.
All right, we're gonna work it out.
We're gonna see. But you guys take the class. It's fall25.eventbrite.com. That's FAL25.eventbrite.com. And for anybody who wants to talk to me one-on-one, it's bluecentricshop.com/readings. I will tell you this. My hourly rate is my hourly rate. I've been doing this for 22 years. It's not going down. The reason I made the class is 2 hours with me one-on-one is what the class costs for 2 months with me in a group. So if you can't afford me hourly, take the class. That is the least expensive way to work with me. I am not going to dance for pennies 20 years into my career. All right, guys, I love you so much.
Pennies.
I adore you. Stay on for a little bit after we log off. All right, guys, by the way, don't forget, when I end the stream and the stream is over, then go in the comments and write, what is it? What was the line? T.S. Madison?
T.S. Madison Swift.
T.S. Madison Swift, and we'll know that you actually lasted to the end. All right, love y'all. Bye.